Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview, Book of Job, chapter 30. Let's get started now. The Book of Job is a profound and complex narrative that raises important questions about suffering, justice, and faith. Chapter 30, in particular, highlights the intense anguish that Job is experiencing and further explores the theme of suffering. The chapter begins with Job describing how his once esteemed position in society has been reduced to one of shame and ridicule. He recounts how the young and foolish now mock him and have taken over the leadership roles in his community. This is a significant contrast to his previous position of honor, where he was respected and admired by both young and old. Job's lamentation emphasizes the severity of his suffering and the significant impact it has had on his life. Job then goes on to describe the physical toll that his afflictions have had on his body. He explains that his skin has turned black and is now peeling off, and his bones have been ravaged by disease. This image of a diseased body highlights the profound physical and emotional pain that Job is experiencing. He is suffering to the point of physical deterioration, and there seems to be no end in sight. Despite all of this suffering, Job maintains his faith in God. He declares that even though God has brought all of this calamity upon him, he still trusts in God's goodness and mercy. Job is not afraid to voice his complaints and frustrations, but he does not give up on his belief that God is just and righteous. This unwavering faith is an essential aspect of Job's character, and it serves as an example for all who are going through difficult times. From Job's example, we can learn several lessons about suffering and faith. First, we see that suffering is an inevitable part of life. No one is immune to it, and it can strike anyone at any time. Second, we see that suffering can be incredibly isolating and alienating. Job's once thriving community has turned against him, and he is now alone in his pain. This can be a difficult reality to face, but it is essential to recognize that others have gone through similar experiences and can empathize with our suffering. Third, we see that suffering can test our faith and cause us to question the goodness of God. However, as we see in Job's example, it is possible to maintain our faith even in the midst of profound suffering. We may not understand why we are going through what we are going through, but we can still trust that God is with us and is working all things together for our good. Finally, we see that suffering can be transformative. As we go through difficult times, we may be tempted to give up and succumb to despair. However, if we persevere in faith, we can come out of our suffering with a deeper understanding of ourselves and a stronger relationship with God. Our suffering can refine our character and make us more resilient and compassionate people. In conclusion, Job's lamentation in chapter 30 highlights the severity of his suffering and the profound impact it has had on his life. However, even in the midst of his pain, Job maintains his faith in God and serves as an example for all who are going through difficult times. We can learn from his example that suffering is an inevitable part of life, but we can still trust in God's goodness and mercy even when we don't understand why we are going through what we are going through. Our suffering can be transformative and refine our character, making us more resilient and compassionate people. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.